I put on main, but nothing is happening. Yeah. Sorry. Skip. Ok, bonjour tout le monde. Bonjour. Welcome to Learn French with Alexa, learnfrench.com. Is that new, Liam? Learnfrench.com? Yeah, I don't know if you know, but we are also learnfrench.com. Because we are cool like that. Anyway, bonjour tout le monde. I have to apologize for the sound. Can you hear the fan? That's what I'm, not the fan of you, the fan that, gets me cooler. Can you hear it? And is it a problem for you guys? It's just that if I do not put the fan on, I may or may not pass out during the live. And I nearly did last year. So just let me know. In the meantime, bonjour, blissful breathing. Nice, we've got a lot of members of Learn French with Alexa, the membership, which we always welcome. You get lots of perks, you get lots of new stuff coming your way all the time, as well as special support guides for lessons that we post online. Bonjour Carole Anne. Bonjour tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. Oui, merci Emmanuel, nous allons bien. John Michael, bonjour Alexa, bonjour tout le monde. Il fait très chaud dans le sud-ouest de la France, 35 et humide dans ma maison. I'm going to Avignon next week. So John Michael, if you fancy a drive to Avignon, let me know. I'll meet you. And yes, I feel the pain because weirdly in England at the moment it's the same temperature. Hence why we had fans going on the just there. Yeah. So if you see my hair going like that, that's because we have to. Just for my safety and the safety of Liam. Bonjour Richie, bonjour Maggie, and bonjour à tout le monde, Renushan, Lucie et Luc, bonjour à tout le monde. Okay, in today's video, bonjour au Pakistan, we are going to cover something really important, and I think it's going to be very useful because the last live is doing really well. Over the last live, I have taught you how to conjugate in 5 different tenses, the verb endings with ER, and how to follow a certain pattern. Today we are going to look at IR verbs and do pretty much the same. So if you didn't follow what happened 2 weeks ago, I invite you to have a look at the ER verb as well. Regardless, this is, a separate lesson, so you're going to learn a lot. Il fait chaud, Sahil, en Angleterre, absolument. Et bonjour à l'Afghanistan et au Népal. Bonjour à l'Australie. I love that people are listening and watching me from all over the world. It's super, super cool. Yorkshire Bike, bonjour d'Angleterre. Yorkshire Bike, we are in England too. So en Angleterre, we are in Woolwich in London. Bonjour, will there be a members only after? Selina, yes, absolutely. We are doing a reading exercise right after this one of B1 level, so watch out for the links on the special membership section of the YouTube channel. And for people who are already clients, as in subscribe to my website, you have the link also available there, and also access to 220 or 50 live lessons over an hour each. So that's huge amount of lessons, included with the price. Okay. And bonjour au Brésil et au Canada. We are everywhere. Bonjour à Long Island or à New York. Excellent. Let's start. It's going to be quite complex, but I know you can do it. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm assuming the noise of the fan is okay because I'm shouting at the minute because all I can hear is the noise of the fan. Jonas, bonjour, merci infiniment pour vos cours de français. Je suis Jonas, je vous suis depuis le Ghana. Bonjour au Ghana et absolument Thank you very much. You know, it's always nice to get the comments that we get, you know, on a daily basis, because it's what keeps us going, really. Bonjour à Tel Aviv, bonjour à tout le monde. Ok. Alors, no fan is not problem. Okay, thank you, because there's a problem here on my side. I can't hear myself. Now, I'm going to teach you as briefly, I know it's a very complex subject, as possible, how we conjugate in French, okay? We are not going to cover all 20 plus tenses because that would be very silly to do that in one go. We are going to cover the main tense, the tenses that I think will help you get going in a conversation or on the standard text, for example, okay? So we are going to have a look at the IR verb. Now, when I'm in second group, so I'm going to share my screen here. We have 3 different types of groups in French, yeah? So I'm going to go like this. The first group verbs are the ER verbs. The second, the IR. And the third group is pretty much everything. Unfortunately for us, some IR, RE, OIR, etc. verbs. Now, the first group and the second groups are known as regular verbs. And the reason why they are known as regular verbs, it's because they follow a pattern when we conjugate those verbs, okay? However, though some of the third group verb follow certain patterns, there is not much of a logic to some of the third group verb, and we will see that next. Okay, not today, because, well, I mean, it's going to take me a while if I start explaining. So today we are going to have a look at what happens when you conjugate a verb in IR. When I mean IR, I mean the infinitive of the verb, okay? Such as finir. Okay, I always use finir as an example. Finir, translated in English, is to finish, and that's what an IR or an infinitive verb. That means it's a verb that have yet to be conjugated. Okay, so we have not conjugated this one. We know that finir is to finish. So what happens when we start conjugating it? It's a bit like in English, you would say he finishes, okay? So you had to add the E and the S because we are using the pronoun he or she or it, okay? But it's the same in French. You have to change the ending depending on the pronoun you use. And these are the pronouns, and we split them into 2, okay? The singular pronouns, as in je, tu, when you talk about someone, one person that you know well, il and elle and on. So I, you, he, she, one, okay? And then you've got the second part of those pronouns. Nous, as in we, vous, as in you, the formal way of if you talk to more than one person, and il and elle, they masculine and they feminine, okay? And it's important, very important, you know this order and you learn it in this order. Je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle. Always. Je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle. Now what we are going to do, and that's very relevant for the exercise we are about to do, we split them in French. When we conjugate, we split these singular and plural into first, second, third form. Okay? So, première personne, première personne. So this is the première personne. La première personne du singulier, I should do that if I write in French. Okay? La première personne du singulier, c'est je. La deuxième personne du singulier, c'est tu. La troisième personne du singulier, c'est il, elle ou on. Okay? And then for the plural, you go back to first, second, third, except la première personne du pluriel. Okay? So when I was a child, a long time ago, when I was a child, we used to have to stand up at our desk, and the teacher used to say, and we were young, 5 or 6 years old, they used to say to us, okay, Alexa, conjugate the verb acquérir in the third person plural in the pluperfect. And you had, as your little brain, your 6-year-old brain, you had to know what a third person plural was, what a pluperfect was, and how to conjugate acquérir, which is one of the hardest verb to conjugate. It was tough, man. It was really, really hard, you know. I didn't like that. It didn't suit my my brain because I don't learn this way. So I want to make it as simple as possible for you in the way that I wish I had been taught. Yeah. Let's have a look at finir. Okay. In the present tense. Okay. So I'm going to add the endings. So we want to say, for example, I finish in the present tense, or I am finishing. But in French it doesn't exist. We don't have a continuous tense. We don't have I am finishing ing. Okay, that doesn't exist. So what do? We just write I and then finish. Okay, so the endings for je, for finir, would be s. Je finis. Okay, it's very different from the er verbs, as if you watch the other live. For tu, it is tu finis, and we don't even pronounce the s as tu. We don't say tu finis. No, we don't. Okay, we say tu finis. And for il, elle, on, we add a t. Il finit, elle finit, on finit. So I finish, you finish, he, whatever, finish. Okay. And for nous, it's even harder, but this is how we know that it is a second group verb. Nous finissons. Okay? The nous form of all the verbs is very telling, because it's going to give us the stem of the present participle and the imperfect, always. Okay? And I have this video that is doing so well on YouTube at the moment about me giving you tips of how to conjugate and how to spot the stem for the imperfect, the stem for the present participle. Now, present participle is, for example, finishing. By finishing my homework, I'll be happier. For example, this is what I call the present participle, or gérondif, I think you call it as well. Vous finissez, iz, okay, and il and elle finissent, ent. So here, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to enlarge that. The plural of these subject pronoun is actually really important, because it's going to be very telling of every single IR verb that belong to the second group. It won't work for third group verbs, but you follow that. You will always follow the same pattern. Okay, so what's that sound? Is French under attack? What? Oh, you mean the fan? Are you talking about the fan? I'm hoping you're just talking about the fan. If you can hear it, if it's a problem, I cut it. Okay, I switch it off. But I am warning you, if we turn off the fan, I may or may not collapse. Just anyway, here we go. So we have the present tense of a verb ending with IR. What does it look like? What does it look like in the passé composé? So the passé composé is a compound past tense. And this is a tense whereby you use it and it reflects to an action that took place in the past and is gone and done over with. Okay? Alexa, is it possible to shield the mic from the fan? When the fan turns to the mic, it sounds like your mic is in the gale. Okay. It is a problem only sometimes. Let's cut it off. Turn it off.
Turn it off completely.
Yeah.
Just try it back there.
Okay. Try and see if you can direct it away from the microphone. Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry. this is where I'm. Thank you. Can you hear it now? We've moved it away. And I'm warning you, if you see Liam trying to catch me, no, it's not. It's a problem. No, it's a problem all the time. Okay, fine. We've switched it off. It's off. This is where you're going to see the sweat.
Do I have to turn my one off?
No. I think we're fine. Are we good now? Just this is you now going to observe me. Don't overheat. It's fine. So much better. Okay. You're going to see me overheat in a minute, but that's okay. And you know, in French, to sweat is suer. And this is a first group verb. So je sue, tu sues, il sue, nous suons, vous suez, il sue, elle sue. Okay? And again, you conjugate it the same way. J'ai sué, tu as sué. In the passé composé, I sweated, and so on. So very quickly, with the passé composé, I put it here. I put the present tense here. And I will put the imperfect here, just to give you an idea. Okay? So the imperfect is an action that took place in the past, and somehow it's a used to do something, so carried on over a period of time. So I used to do and I was doing, okay? But the passé composé, it's an action that is done, gone, over, but took place in the past, okay? Just to give you an idea. So in our case, I finished. So I finished or have finished, okay? I finish. Mais tu auras chaud maintenant. Waka-san, very kind of you to think of me. But hey, this is the aléa, like we say, the problem with my job sometimes. But it's not a problem. When you want to say I finished, in a passé composé, you would say I have finished in French. You don't say I finished. You would say, I have finished. So you need this avoir in the present tense, like to have. I have, you have, he has. So I have finished, you have finished. And what happens with finir, when it is a past participle, like this, you get rid of the R for IR verb. So, j'ai fini, I finished. You have finished or you finished is tu as fini. Il a fini, elle a fini, on a fini. So have a look. The fini is always the same, okay? We don't need to change the ending because what we are changing is the auxiliary verb, okay? Nous avons fini, we have finished, vous avez fini, ils et elles ont fini. I want you to remember really, really carefully this. J'ai, tu as, il, elle, on a. Nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. Okay? Because it's very relevant to how we conjugate the future tense for IR verbs. Okay? Bikram, please switch it on. Health is important. Try to direct the airflow away from the mic. It's okay. It's okay, I'll manage. Don't worry. You see the sweat? It's okay. It's about 40 degrees. I'm not lying here. Here in the studio, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lights. 8. So 8 lights. And it's just... Anyway, hey! Good morning, Lynn. Right. I think it's too loud. Switch it off. It's fine. We'll manage. Yeah? So have a look at the future tense. How do we say? So basically, we want to say, I will finish. Do you know in French, because we can't make things simple, why make them simple when you can do complicated? You know, that should be a motto in French, you know. We don't have modal verbs. Will, would, should, could, and so on. Yeah. So there is no such a thing in French. So how do we do that? You know, how do we manage to transform this from the English that I will finish is I hear a future tense? It's all about the endings, okay? It's all about the endings of the verb that we conjugate. So if we want the future, give me the right ending. But give me the right stem. The stem is everything. So I'm going to give you the future stem. I'm not sure whether you can see. The future stem is finir. You take the whole verb as it is. Finir, the whole verb as it is. And what you do, and that's going to be very clever here. Watch very carefully. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay, what you do is you add the endings of avoir. Okay, so finirai. Do you see that? Tu finiras. You will finish. So finirai, I will finish. Il, elle, on finira. It's quite simple. If you know avoir in the present tense, you know how to conjugate in the future tense. Nous finirons. O-N-S, always. Vous finirez. Always, finirez, I will finish. Finiront. There you go. They will finish. Okay, if you have any question, I will... je vais finir as well. Now, I'm not using the futur proche as a tense in here because I think it's quite easy to learn. However, it doesn't mean to say you can't do that. Je vais finir, tu vas finir, il va. And weirdly, avoir in the present tense has the same ending as the future. Je vais, A-I-S. No, it doesn't. Forget about what I've just said. It doesn't work. Okay. So, je finirai, I will finish. Okay? So you may take a picture of that when I finish, quand je finirai, for example. And then the imperfect. So we want to say I used to finish or I was finishing. I used to, okay, finish. And I was finishing. So what you do, go back to the left here. You take this, okay, nous finissons. You take the stem, finis. That's very typical of IR verbs, by the way. Finis. You take the stem and then you add those special imperfect endings, which are je finissais, I used to finish, AIS. Tu finissais, you used to finish, il finissait. Nous finissions, have a look at that. Finissions, okay, I-O-N-S, comparing to the present tense of nous finissons, we finish. Nous finissions, there is only one letter, I. That means we used to finish. However, the present, no I, we finish. One letter only makes a lot of difference in French. Okay, so that's why you've got to be very clear when you actually refer to your verbs. And vous, same, finissiez. Have a look at that, finissiez, yeah? And then imperfect, il finissait, A-I-E-N-T. All of that is available on the worksheets, by the way, on your support guide, yeah? This is confusingly fun. I added, I'm glad. That makes sense, weirdly. Steph, I know, it's weird, isn't it? But it's a bit like mathematics. They're formulas, you know, and not that I'm not a math. I mean, I can't do maths, but there is pattern. There are patterns, and even in the third group verbs, the highly irregular verbs, there are patterns as well that you can follow. Now, so that's the imperfect. I used to finish, but look at the conditional. The conditional is would. I would finish. So it's a mood. I would finish. I would finish if I had time to finish whatever. You know, I would buy a boat if I had the money. Random. Okay. And this is where it's very weird. We have different stems between finis, imparfait, and finir, conditional. the conditional stem is the same as the future, but the endings is the same as the imperfect. And this is where everybody, what has she just said? I repeat. Yes. I repeat. The stem of the conditional is the same stem as the future tense, but the same endings as the imperfect. So knowing that, you can tell me, how do we say I would finish? Go on, you do it. I would finish. I'm going to ask you to just say, I would finish, knowing that the ending for the conditional is the same endings as the imperfect. I would finish is... I'm waiting. J'attends. In the meantime, by the way, we have this, I don't know, it has millions of views. I did a timeline video, and apparently it's shared everywhere. We realized that yesterday. It's shared on the Reddit, it's shared on blogs, it's shared everywhere, because it's such a good video. I would definitely invite you to watch the timeline video. Yes, well done. Je finirai, Conrad. Très bien. Mels, what's your spelling? I think you mean that. Damilola, watch the spelling. Remember what I say. It is the same ending as the imperfect, but not the same stem. So, je finirai. Mel, not je finirai. What you've just told me here, je finirai is I will finish. But how do you make the difference between the two? Is by adding an S. Je finirai. I would finish. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. And I always feel a bit, yes, sorry. Well done, 8,000 subscribers, free channel. Well done for 8,000 subscribers. MJ, je finirai. And Minokalislos, je finirai, tu finirais, il finirait, nous finirions, vous finiriez, il finirait. There you go. It's all there. Can you highlight this, please, Liam? The last... So, and now remember, tu finirais, you would finish. Il, elle, on finirait. Okay, he would finish. And then finirions. Rions. Can you hear that? Rions. Vous finiriez, you would finish. And il and elle finiraient, they would finish. Okay? Je finirai. Well done. Yes, Mel, you've corrected yourself. So thank you for Mino Calislol. Calisol, lol. C'est la même prononciation avec le futur. Emmanuel, c'est la même. C'est le début du verbe est exactement le même. Finir, si tu veux. Donc, le préfixe est exactement le même. Mais la terminaison, c'est la même que l'imparfait, malheureusement. OK? So, yes, Emmanuel, thanks for the question. Right. So we've got that. Knowing that we have this, you can take a picture of it if you want or not. It's a bit messy.
I can't see the T on the bottom.
And can you see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I am in the way for that. So, je finirai. Is it too rude for me to take off my shirt? Ooh, water. Can you see? Water. No, I've got a water. Thank you. I'm good, thank you. Lovely, irregular verbs, anyone? Okay, quack. Go for it. Take off your shirt. Right. Quack, irregular verbs, that is another lesson, and I'm going to do that super soon. So I need to hurry now because I'm going to ask you now to try to spot in the exercise which verb, not verb, but which conjugation is the right one. So have a look at that. Now, comment? How? Comment conjuguer? How to conjugate finir à l'imparfait, okay, à la troisième personne du pluriel. So, is it A? Ils finirent. Elles finissaient. Nous finirons. Elle a fini. So, which one of these is conjugated in the imperfect, okay, in a third person plural? Okay, so you need to identify first the third person plural. I can see two. And then B. Okay. Point the fan at your leg so the air doesn't hit the mic. That's all. Yes, Kippy, that's fine. We're nearly finished. I'll be fine. I think B. And it is. And I tell you why. Well done, you guys. Okay. Why is that? Because we want the third person plural. So if we go back very quickly, and I know a lot of you know, it's the third première, deuxième, troisième. It's this one. Okay? Because we split that into the third person plural is il, elle. Okay? So we have two choices. Il finir or elle finit. But we know that the imperfect, the stem is finis. Okay? So it has to be B. Well done. Okay, very good, very good. Now, what about comment conjuguer réussir? So again, they're all second group verbs. Réussir means to succeed. Okay, to succeed. So we want you to do it in the present tense in the first person of the singular. Okay? Learning French with you is amazing. Thank you, Edith. Thank you. I take that quite happily. So, how do you conjugate réussir in the first person du singulier? Is it A, je réussissais, il réussira, B, C, je réussis, et D, j'ai réussi. So, we've got people saying it is C, okay, which is je réussis. And once again, what is the first person of the singular? That's the very first pronoun, je. So, it's either this, or this. Okay, so, but we want the present tense, okay? We don't want the imperfect, réussis, okay? We don't want the passé composé, we want this one. Je réussis, I succeed. Je réussis, okay? So well done, you guys. Now let's have a look at the next one, grandir, to grow up, okay? Again, IR verb, second group. How do you conjugate the IR in the future? Okay, we know that the stem, no, I'm not going to tell you too much. Is it in a second person, singular? Je grandissais, tu grandiras, vous avez grandi, tu grandirais. Okay, so we have here B. How do you say it is finished? C'est fini. C'est fini, Katie. C'est, C apostrophe EST, fini. Okay. So here we've got B, but Sahil says D. Ah, I can see why. Okay. So we know it's the second, so it's two. Either B or D. Okay. Tu grandiras ou tu grandirais. Let's go back to our terminaison. Okay. For tu, it's AS for future. But conditional is AIS, and this is where maybe the confusion is. So let's have a look. It is B, tu grandiras, because that's the ending for the future tense, though both of them have the same stem, which is grandir, okay? Tu grandiras, tu grandirais. So this one means you will grow up. But this one means you would grow up. Do you see the difference? It's crazy, isn't it? Sahil says, got it. Yeah. Okay. And the next one, and we've got, yeah, you can do the next two if you want. Maigrir, to lose weight, and rougir, to blush. Okay. All of these verbs are the second group verb. So here we go. What is the passé composé of the first person plural, okay, of maigrir? Okay, nous maigrissons? Non. Ah! Nous maigrissions, si. ils maigriront. Nous avons maigri. Elle maigrira. That's quite a mouthful. So which one is it? A, B, C ou D? Remember, passé composé, it's a compound verb in the first person plural. It is C. Yeah, okay. C, Maggie, Damilola, C. Très bien. Okay, we've got everybody C. Très bien. Let's have a look. Well, first person plural is nous, so it can only be these two. But now we want the passé composé. The passé composé is a compound verb. We have lost weight. Nous avons maigri. We've lost weight. Okay? We have lost weight. The other one, nous maigrissions, is we were losing weight. We were losing weight. So here we have an imperfect tense. Okay? And the next one in maigriront, they will lose weight. Elle maigrira, she will lose weight. Okay? I hope, how do you differentiate between such small details in conjugations? Do you know, Adit, you've got to be used to it. You've got to take a verb and conjugate it many times in those tenses, as much as you can, in order to get used to it. It's so hard, a tiny little letter makes a difference between two sentences, two tenses in French. It's crazy. It's utterly crazy. So I think it's about practice. Right, and the next one very quickly, because I've got another live coming in 20 minutes and I need to get some air. Next door, we've put the air con on. But in my studio, we haven't got the aircon. Anyway, I bought a paddling pool today. A round thing. Do you think I should put it up? Okay, the last one is A. Comment conjuguer rougir, to blush, conditionnel, okay, in the third person of the singular. So, je, tu, il, elle, on. So that's the third person. Il, elle, on. Okay, he, she. So it can only be this or this. And we want the conditional. That's hard, isn't it? It is A, absolutely. Il rougirait. He would blush. Il rougirait. So we've used the stem from the future and conditional, rougir. We kept the whole verb as it is, and we added the conditional ending. Il rougirait. And for il rougissait, it's the stem of the imperfect. Okay, I know the ending is the same, but the rougisse, the sound s, okay, is for the imperfect. Tu as rougi is the compound tense passé composé, you blushed. And nous rougirons, it's the future tense, we will blush. Okay? It's complex, isn't it? What do you think? So C is the imperfect. Il rougissait, yes. Very good, you, Wako-san. Yes, 100%. How is that for you? And of course, there is more details in the support guide attached with this lesson. If you're a member, you can access it. If you have the website Learn French with Alexa, then it will be in the backlog of all our YouTube lives. Okay, and by the way, we do have a discount going on because of Bastille and Canada Day and 4th of July thing going on. And yes, I'm not, I don't know how to... It's on screen. Yeah. Yay! Happy Canada Day! Anyway, this is, yeah, that's our special offer at the moment. Oh, we do have Canadian as well in the chat, so it's well worth it. The best course, French course in the world, said by Alexa herself. So that must be true. No, seriously, we have many Trustpilot reviews that say so. So it must be true. It has to be true. Anyway, I am going to leave you because in 15 minutes I am starting again with my exclusive live where we are going to have a look at a text together and answer 3 questions together. Okay. Merci Alexa. Tout à l'heure. See you soon. The producer is on point. Nice. People like you, Liam. You're on point. It's good, isn't it? Sahil, happy Canada Day. Okay, that's enough. Enough now.
Okay.
Too much attention to Liam. Bon Canada jour, bonne journée du Canada, célébration. C'est un peu comme la journée de la Révolution, Bastille Day. Can we join that too, Damilola, if you are a member, paying member of that tier on membership? Okay, because we've got a few tier. One of them gives you access to the exclusive live. You can, and if you are a client of the Learn French with Alexa, the website, then you can join as well. Okay, and that's it for me. Is there a course for pre-IGCSE? Azrar, yes, there is. Pre-IGCSE, I'm not sure what that means, but GCSE 100%. There is a course of GCSE, and we're starting a channel, a GCSE channel. So watch that. Subscribe now. You might be the very first subscriber ever. Yeah, where we are going to give tips, vocabulary tips on how to tackle the exam, because we already watched by a lot of GCSE students in the world, but especially in the UK, and we have created a full course on the website for the GCSE. So become the very first ever follower on the GCSE channel. And how long does the code will last available? I don't know.
It's just a couple of days.
Couple of days, yeah. But to be fair, there will be another code for Bastille Day, right?
Yeah.
So on 4th of July. So I think these are flash sales coming up over the next 2 weeks. C'était très utilisé French. Merci. Do course for beginners, Fatima? Absolutely. Check the website. It's all about beginners. And as I said, very well structured course that step by step. And my support team is quite frankly amazing. Support at learnfrenchwithalexa.com.
Yeah, we've got 5 subscribers.
5 on GCSE?
4. Someone just unfollowed.
Oh. Oh, okay. Who's unfollowed us? We've got 4 subscribers on GCSE, yes.
Oh, back to 5.
Back to 5. Okay, great. We've got, to match my channel, we've got 2 point, how many millions to go? 2,140,000 subscribers to go. But we'll make it there. We'll get there. Thank you for putting your heart into teaching us. Add it. Bye-bye. Au revoir. See you in a minute.